I've been playing mandolin since I was 5 years old. I begged my parents to let me start when I was 2. My parents started taking me to a little pizza place in Carlsbad, California, where there was a bluegrass band called Bluegrass, etc. That was fronted by a fellow named John Moore. I wanted to do what he did, and I just fell madly in love with the mandolin. And also, I think the instrument was, it's small, it's high pitched. I was small and high pitched, and so I think there was like a there was a kinship there. I like to keep a balance between solo work or small ensemble work and the Punch Brothers thing. I love playing with those guys, and I feel like we bring the best out in each other. Making music with other people is ultimately one of the purest expressions of what it means to have a relationship with music, to be a musician. The ideal in a performance environment is where you're not really playing for people, but you're playing with them, and you create this moment with everyone who's there. Being able to experience music together is one of the great things about being alive.
Hey, good morning. For those of you who don't know, that was Chris Delight. He is considered one of the most accomplished mandolin players to live today. My goal of this presentation is to get those who don't already play an instrument to start playing one. So if you already do, this might not apply to you. If it does, then that's great too. In doing so, I'm going to use research-based and personal evidence to, along with countering barriers in playing a musical instrument. Before I begin, I'm going to make my own credibility announcement and say that I've been playing the upright bass for 8 years now and taken on the mandolin as another instrument to learn on by playing in smaller group bluegrass bands to orchestra-style music. I'm going to begin by showing you some of the health benefits that come from playing an instrument. Jennifer Bughouse is an assistant music educator from the University of South Florida College of Arts. She's studied piano players between 60 and 85 years old that took piano lessons, and after 6 months, they showed substantial gains in memory and verbal fluency. And according to Diane Nicole, a prominent writer for the New York Times and National Geographic in Psychology and Culture, that skills devoted towards reading and listening in your instrument are ones that will show up later in your life. According to Carolyn Gregory, a writer in psychology for Huffington Post, says being a musician changes the brain structure in a way that will lead that will lead to better long-term memory. Studies also show that it helps prevent decline in sharpness for humans as we age. Now moving on, I'm going to show you some of the social benefits that come from playing a musical instrument. Listed here are a few of the social and emotional benefits that come from playing an instrument, as you can see, like making friends, relieving stress, developing better self-discipline, or even learning communication skills. According to Eric Montgomery, is a licensed psychologist with over 15 years of experience in her field, says that when interacting with other musicians, it will give you a chance to make more friends. And to add on top of that, Susan Hallam, a professor of education at the University of London, says that playing an instrument can lead to the same sense of achievement and therefore better to raise one's self-esteem. Next, I'm going to show you I'm going to transition to what some of the barriers might be if you're playing an instrument as a college student. And these can be time, the cost of the lessons, the cost of instrument. I know this was shown in a previous presentation, but I'm going to show it again to show the graph of how we as college students spend our time, to give you an idea of how much time we actually have for leisure. Now moving on, I'm going to show you that something that will take down the barrier, the cost of lessons. And I will make a disclaimer here that just because YouTube is free and everything, it doesn't mean it will be more prominent than taking actual lessons from an actual instructor. But I'd like to just get this out here that YouTube is an excellent source with many YouTube channels for learning. As you can see, like piano, guitar, mandolin, and many other instruments. So that's one way you can take down, that I'm going to take down the barrier of the cost of lessons, because YouTube's free. Next is the cost of the instruments. I did a quick eBay search here. My goal was to find 4 instruments that were all under $100. I know as college students, our budget is limited, so that's one of the major barriers I found that might be preventing you from playing an instrument. And to conclude, after what you've heard from my insight I have provided with this presentation, I hope learning to play an instrument is something you can see beneficial to your future. And remember what the accomplished musician Chris Delay said: making music with other people is ultimately one of the purest expressions of what it means to have a relationship with music and be a musician.